Or are we taking a picture or we're recording the podcast?
Recording the podcast.
Oh my god, I thought I was taking a picture. And I've been like posing like smiling. Okay,
Smile.
we're recording. Okay.
That's good for the
recording.
screen
Got
grab.
it. Okay.
Screen grab.
It didn't. I don't know. I don't know if I got it.
All right,
Okay. Here we are at Baltimore Comic-Con with one of the all-time greatest, one of our original Comic-Con friends, the unrivaled, unmistakable, I'm trying to, the original, the only.
OG.
The OG.
The tall Samus.
The Jay,
Yes.
whose cosplays are always so gorgeous. Like, I am always there, and they are, if I recall, they are fitted, they are tailored.
Yes.
I've
I've been sewn into this. I have to go to my tailor today to be removed from this.
Don't drink any water.
Correct. I mean, the first cosplays that I bought, I actually would buy them online, and they give you your measurements, and then you put them on. And there would always be the fingers would still be too long, or maybe the hand wouldn't fit quite right. And so I started going to a tailor, and I'd be like, here, tighten this up. And then I realized, well, just get the outline of the cosplay, and they cut it up into pieces, and then she pins it together, put me in it, and then they tighten it, so they literally sew it to my perfect
So
dimensions.
each time they kind of pour you into it.
Correct. They just mix me up in a little blender, and then look like a smoothie.
Okay, you are also, aside from an incredible, beautiful cosplayer, you're also a creator and entrepreneur of one of our favorite things to plug. I have so many of the decks in our house.
I've given it as gifts so many times.
Yes.
Both the gold foil, the silver foil, fancy edition, and the regular
Shiny edition.
That's mine. I keep that for myself.
Of better backstories, which is an incredible tool for everything from making great D&D characters to building characters. We use it actually in one of our brainstorming exercises when we were first getting into film. We actually did a whole exercise just to get the creative juices going, using better backstories to just practice telling stories to each other to get even better at it.
And that's what's so great about it. I love just sharing. I like to tell people that I took the brainstorming part of my brain and turned it into card form. So you've literally got part of my brain. It's just a little less squishy.
With great drawings.
I'm an English teacher in the city, and my ninth graders, every year they have to have a creative writing assignment. And some of them are going to be like, I'm not creative. I don't know what to write about. So I go through, I pick out a couple of decent cards, and I hand them out randomly. And last year a kid got the tattoo card. And it's got things like you had a tattoo in jail, or you had it removed, but I love this card because just knowing somebody has a tattoo leads to so many follow-on questions. Where is it? What is it? Why did you get it? What does it represent? Did you get another one? All these types of things. Anyway, he took that card and just in a moment of inspiration, he said, okay, when everybody turns 14 in the future, they get a tattoo that has magical tracking abilities. And some people have learned to tap into that magical ability, and it gives them superpowers. I looked right at him and I said, I want to read this young adult novel. This has to happen. Get that on Netflix now. And it was just instant inspiration from one card.
So speaking of Netflix, you have you were showing us yesterday, a background actor appearance in a film with Sarah Polley that is now, it's an older movie, but it just appeared on Roku, so everyone can watch it.
Correct. It came out in 2001. It's called No Such Thing with Sarah Polley. D-rated cheapo movie, but I was stationed in
Oscar-winning Sarah
They're
Polley.
shooting Iceland for New York.
Iceland for New York. I was stationed
in Canada.
I was stationed in Keflavik, Iceland, and I was with the theater group, and they found out that this movie is going to be filming at midnight at the Keflavik airport, and they changed out all the signs to make it English and to make it New York. And Sarah Polley had a scene right in front of me. They were like, oh, you sit here, and you have a computer? Go ahead and type on that. So I'm typing on my computer, and this woman is having a spasm junkie attack, and Sarah Polley kind of comes in there with no dialogue and just kind of takes her wallet back from her and runs off, and that was it. We shot it maybe 6 or 7 times, and at some point they said to me, could you glance at them briefly, but don't acknowledge and then just go right back to your thing, because they're trying to establish the dark, cold heart of New York.
Busy New York.
Nobody really cares about other people. So, but unlike the other background actors that are in the scene who are a little fuzzy or whatever, I am right there.
Oh yeah,
profile.
that's you. That
you cannot mistake.
That's you.
This is that's my sleeve. It's no, that's Jay.
We have spent hours and hours with hundreds of background actors, and we know how hard you work and how much time you spend. And we also know
I spent minutes on that.
We were very fortunate. We worked with amazing ones, but we also know that if folks are not taking that job seriously, you can really screw
Really mess
up a
something
shot,
up.
and that's
How many background actors do you
time
have
and
glancing
money.
at the camera, or they're like watching the actor, like she's doing her line. I
Yeah.
see
Oh
it.
yeah, and time is money, and the last thing you want to do is
We shoot something because of the background.
Because of the background.
Okay.
Oh no, real quick.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know? Have you ever seen the movie The Boys from Brazil?
We were just talking about watching it.
Okay,
We were
you should.
sitting last night in the movie in the room, and I was like, I have 2 movies on my watch list I really want to see. The Boys from Brazil or Drag Me to Hell, and we picked Drag Me to Hell.
But I guess
But
tonight
maybe
will be
we're watching Boys from Brazil.
Gotcha. So it's one of Steve Guttenberg's first movies.
Well,
He's got a
We
he's
love
got, but he's got a bit part.
He's in our movie.
He's got a bit part at the beginning. He blinks during his death scene.
I won't mention this to him. Steve, we love you. You're perfection in
We-
everything you do.
Yes. Make another Police Academy, please.
Both a talented and kind and generous man.
I can tell.
Truly-
he comes off that way on
The
screen.
menchiest mensch we've ever met. Oh my God.
Awesome.
That cat, like his persona on Instagram, he gives life advice and positive
That's who he
vibes.
is.
That is who he is.
Just who he
He
is.
is one of the
He's so
most
nice.
amazing.
As I like to say, I am who I pretend to be.
Yes.
All right, Jay, before we get you out,
Yes.
because I know you've got to walk the con and people
Gotta.
want to take their pictures.
They're gonna want
Because you really are a legend of this area. I mean, I feel like every major cosplayer that I follow, there's always a selfie with you at some point. Well, every time I'm following a con, you're there.
Low
But-
key famous.
But what are you watching these days? What should people be watching? We love your recommendations.
Well, we recently watched Squid Game, which I know
Oh, okay.
that's really late to the party.
I haven't seen it yet, though.
But there you go. So the original Netflix Squid Game, surprisingly deep, right? It's not just the game show. There's way more going on. And then there's an actual reality game show based on Squid Game called Squid Game: The Challenge, which is just as invigorating.
But they
Really?
Don't, but they
They don't kill
murder
people. No, but here's the cool thing. They put squibs under their shirts. So when they kill them, and they have to pretend to fall over and die. Because I'm like, wait,
Life imitating art,
how are they
imitating life,
doing this?
imitating art.
How are they doing this? Because they're in the red light, green light scene, and people are going pop, 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 pop. And I'm like, how are they? Oh, it's a squib under their shirt.
Oh, wow.
And just they got microphones around their neck all the time, and it eventually whittles down, and it gets so good. What I really love about it is you start following, you're following these 2 or 3 people, and then they're gone. And then new people kind of come in, and then they're gone. And so it's not like they took the winner and you followed them all the way through, which
Right,
would have
right, right,
just would have killed it.
Right.
But anyway, new Squid Game series is in December, so I'm looking forward to that. And then of course they're going to do the challenge again, so I might try it out.
Wow. All right. You should.
I know, right? Wouldn't that be awesome?
That would be amazing. You'd be a great contestant.
So
I mean, also,
even if you're the first to go,
also, it's not like you don't have military training, right? Like this is,
I mean, if you can call, the Navy doesn't do much on the physical side,
Oh.
but, but I'm in
very
shape.
Fit.
I'm-
You seem very fit.
Yes, round is a shape.
Yeah.
Well, we have with us Jay, legendary cosplayer, creator of Better Backstories. Where can people follow you?
My Instagram is all that jazz with 1Z, 22, and I'm also on Twitter. And if you can find me on TikTok, good luck. Well, because I'm a teacher, I have to kind of
Oh, yeah,
things
absolutely.
I
Well,
have, I have other accounts.
Yeah, you got it. That's good. Well, thank you so much for being here. You're the
Thanks for
best.
having me. I appreciate it.